Good morning, everyone. We're here today because I want to talk to you about garlic. I have had a lot of questions about the scapes, and so I figured it'd be a great time to make a video and teach you guys how to plant your garlic from start to finish. Now, when you get your garlic, it comes in the clove that we all know at the grocery store. I don't have one right now to show you, or I would show you, but we all know what they look like. It's got 3 to 5 cloves, sometimes more, and you separate each clove out and use each clove, cook it, eat it, whatever you want to do with it. Each one of those cloves is a seed. In the fall is when you want to plant your garlic. So you're going to plant your garlic in about October, November. You want to get it in at least by mid-November. You don't want to do it after that. So October to November, you get your garlic in, you plant it, you water it for the first few days until it starts to sprout, and then you don't water it anymore, and you let it grow through the winter time. If it rains, then we let Mother Nature rain it, and we forgive her for doing so. You don't want to water your garlic too much because it will just end up rotting the bulb, and then you won't get anything. So just water it until it starts to sprout, and then you don't want to water it anymore. Just let nature take its course. Trust me, it'll be fine. In the springtime, your garlic is going to look something like this. When it is ready, it will send up what we call a scape, which is the flower of your garlic. I'm going to show you what that looks like. Your garlic scape is the flower of your garlic, and this is what a scape looks like. It is the flowering stem that comes out of the center of the leaves once the garlic reaches a certain age. This is the scape. This is what you want to harvest. When it's time to harvest your garlic scape, it will curl around itself like this. So it's going to sprout from your garlic, and then it's going to go up, and it's going to curl around itself something like this, like a pigtail. And then once it does that pigtail, then it's time to harvest your scapes. To harvest your scape, what you do is you just follow it down to the first set of leaves and you cut it right there. So we're going to follow this set down to this first set of leaves and cut it. And there you've harvested a scape. Scapes are a culinary delicacy that only come out one time each year. People wait for these things all year long. They have a wonderful garlic flavor. You can eat them just the same way that you would garlic. You can saute it up. You can grind it up into a pesto. You can add it to cheeses. Really, it's just whatever. I like to slice them up and saute them just like I would garlic in dishes. Now, as you saw before, that garlic scape had a curl in it. There are lots of different varieties of garlic, and while they all put off a scape, not all of them will look the same. Most garlic scapes will pigtail around, and the pigtailing is a sign to let you know that it is time to cut your scape. Elephant garlic will put off scapes, but elephant garlic does not curl. They scape in very long, thick straight shoots, and I will attach a picture of those at the end so you can see the visual difference. The benefit of harvesting your scapes is that once you do that, it allows the plant to send energy into the bulb, which means you'll have a greater garlic yield. So after you harvest your scapes, you want to leave the plant for another 2 to 3 weeks in the garden. After the first 2 sets of leaves die back on the plant here, after you cut the scape, then you know it's time to harvest the actual garlic bulb. So you cut your scape and you let the plant sit for another 2 or 3 weeks. Once these leaves start turning yellow and dying back, then you can harvest your garlic. One way to check your garlic to see where it is at is to what I call is fingering your garlic. Yeah, we're going to finger our garlic. And that is basically just reaching down in the hole like I am doing here and seeing how big the garlic head is by just feeling it with my fingers. So this particular head is about this big. This garlic has not yet scaped. So I'm still waiting for this particular variety, which is a Vietnamese, to go ahead and send off its scapes. My elephant garlic, which is in the back of this bed here behind me, has already scaped, and we harvested those last week. The bed off to the side, which I showed you earlier, is just beginning to put off of its scapes, so we're going to let those go for at least another week, let them get a little bit bigger, pigtail around, and then we'll go back and harvest those. Once we harvest all of the scapes, then we're going to leave the entire crop of garlic in the ground for another 2 to 3 weeks until the leaves die back, and then we'll come in and harvest them all with a small shovel. At that point, you have to let your garlic cure And once that happens, we'll do another video to show you that, because that's a whole nother story. Typically, you're going to harvest your garlic in about July, mid to late July. So you're going to plant your garlic in the fall and harvest it in the late spring to early summer. You can plant garlic in the spring and harvest it in the fall, but here in Oregon, I like to do my garlic in the fall, harvest it in the spring, and then I have garlic all summer long, and then I can use the garlic that I grew. I save a portion of that crop to reseed next year. So that is a down and dirty quick guide to growing your garlic. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. I will answer them. And if you have scapes in your garden, don't throw them over the fence. Don't throw them away. Don't compost them. Cut them deliciously, eat them, adore them. You can freeze dry them. If you have a freeze dryer, you can put them in the dehydrator and use them later. But don't throw them out. Good Lord. Thanks for coming today, guys. And if you have any questions about gardening or garlic in particular, drop it in the comments. Like I said, I'll get to your questions and I'll make sure to answer them all. And thanks for coming. Happy gardening. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.